In this video, we are going to discuss shadow. So what is a shadow and what are the different types of shadow? So for shadow can help to create realism. Without it, a cup as example on a table may look as if the cup is floating in the air above the table surface. So by applying hidden surface methods with pretending that the position of a light source is viewing the position, and we can find which surface sections cannot be seen from the light source, and that is the shadow area. So what will happen in case of creating shadows? We should behave or we should feel in this way that from the light source position the viewer is actually viewing. So that's why what are the positions which will become the hidden due to some obstruction, there the shadows will be formed. We usually display shadow areas with ambient light intensity only. So here you can find that you are having one shadow of this block and there is one shadow of this respective item. So incident light from a distant source. A shadowed object is one where light is blocked from reaching, and that is the object which is hidden with respect to the light source. I told you this one earlier that from the light source, if the viewer is viewing, so the portion which will get hidden, there the shadow will be formed. However, shadows are seen only when the observer's position is not coincident with the light source. So light will be coming from one source, but the observer will be at some different angle. So that's why observer can see the shadow. The shadowed areas are not visible from the light source position but are visible from the observer's position. Such areas can be identified by applying the hidden surface detection methods with viewpoint assumed at the light source position. There are two types of shadows are possible. One is the self shadow and the one is the projected shadow. In case of self shadow, the self shadows are created on some of the object planes when the object itself obstructs the light from illuminating those planes. So self shadows means the object itself will obstruct the light, and that's why the light will not be falling on certain surfaces, and there the shadows will be created. Next one is the projected shadow. So projected shadows results on a surface when an intervening object blocks light from reaching the surface. So in case of projected shadow, some object will be there in between that very shadow and in between that source of light, so that that object will resist the light to go through, to pass through, so it will obstruct the path, and that's why the shadow will get generated. So projected shadows results on a surface when an intervening object blocks the light from reaching the surface. So in this way, we have defined what is a shadow and what are the different types of shadow. Thanks for watching this video.